Minasan konnichiwa yorobun, annyeong, hi everyone, this is Leo for Asia on Air, the ultimate channel for all K-music and J-music lovers. Today I'm gonna do a review of a song that has been released in 2014 and it's called Sogyeokdong. It's a song by IU and SEOTAIJI. For the people who don't know IU, I wanna ask you, how old are you? If you are older than 20 years old, how come you don't know IU yet? I mean, she's so huge. Have you been living in a cave or whatever? Anyway, IU comes from far because she has been starting very little. Her childhood was very poor. She have been raised in poverty and she started very young. She debuted at the age of 15 years old in 2008, because now she's 28 years old, right? And she exploded from the very beginning with her song Chonal, which means good day. Since then she became, I think we can say, one of South Korea's nation's pride. She is definitely one of the most famous female pop singer in Korea. And when you go to Korea, well, it has been a while I haven't been in Korea, but I guess it must still be the case today. IU is everywhere. She's in front of the banks, she's on skincare adverts, she is on the soju bottles, she is in the dramas, she's at the TV singing, she is everywhere. She's really huge in Korea and there is a good reason for that. She's a great singer, her voice is amazing and she's looking beautiful, I have to say. Musically, I fell for her a while ago because what I like is that all of her albums are really different from each other. Like, she's exploring various genres, inspirations, so that's very interesting to dive deep in her discography. I swore to myself that I had to make this intro short, but it's simply impossible because I have to touch a few words on the guy who wrote this song, which is called Sogyeokdong. This guy is SEOTAIJI and he's another legend from South Korea. He's considered as one of the fathers of K-pop because we can say that he brought rap and rapping in K-pop in the 90s with his boy band called SEOTAIJI and Boys. And he came up in 2014 with this album called Quiet Night, including the song Sogyeokdong that he wrote, and it's really related to his childhood. We're gonna talk about it later. And the reason why I want to check out this song especially today is not only for the quality of the song itself and the quality of the image of the music video, but also for the point of view that it brings to one of South Korea's historical chapter. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's do this right now. Sogyeokdong by IU and SEOTAIJI. この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alright, for this first run, I'm gonna try to focus only on the music and the image, and I'm gonna touch a few words on the story behind and the lyrics in the second run. She's obviously hurt. This synth sound is amazing. Oh my god. This is so beautiful. Her face and her voice. With the synth behind, it's like wrapping you like a hot cover in winter, you know. Oh, I love her dress. This song really has a bit of sweetness feeling, you know, a bit of sweet feeling, sorry. There is a real melancholy right here, but the chorus has some kind of happiness, or at least hope of happiness. The image is amazing. It's looking really beautiful. It's like a movie. It's a real movie, you know. Look at these destroyed papers everywhere, and like all the efforts they put in the set. That's amazing. We're gonna touch a few words after about this place as well, which is important. Wow. He's playing with a pad, but he probably like programmed some sounds in advance from a synthesizer. Okay, so I have many things to say about the video itself and the story, but you know what? There is a second version for this music video, and I would call it the mirror version, which is actually SEOTAIJI's version. He's singing, and we're gonna check this one, so we can have a different point of view and have a bit more explanations on the story. And this shot is simply beautiful. All right. Okay, let's do this right now. Let's watch the other version of Sogyeokdong. I love how they reproduced very well the feeling of 80s image from South Korea. It's really clean.
아저씨, 좀만 가다 내릴게요.
이번 전시회에는 국내 320개 업체에서 4만여 점의 상품을 출시했는데
We're gonna chat about it a bit later, but the outfit of the boy looks like a military outfit, probably a winter military outfit, because it's all white. It's actually winter. This guitar and this bass, luminescent, it's so beautiful. Ah, he's playing on the synthesizer. So maybe the pad is for the drums. She has been beaten, obviously. So this melody he has been composing, I find it like I probably kind of heard this style of melody already before, but the rhythm he put in the melody makes it genius. I don't know how you guys see music in your head or a melody in your head. I know that some people would see it as colors. I don't really, maybe except the texture of the music or like the vibe of the music. I can see it as colors, but how I see a melody is much more a drawing in my head, you know, because the music is written. It can be written, and you know, like every note, if you link all the notes between each other with lines, it's making a drawing. And that's why I see a melody as a drawing. And the melody, let's say the melody he wrote would be like a rounded shape form. The rhythm he put in it makes this round shape a sun, you know. It's like he draws the lines and it's making it really shining beautifully. And you know, with this synthesizer behind, the synthesizer riff, it's making it so powerful. And yeah, like the melody, and in the end, I love how he sings he and she as well. They, you know, they make very soft notes at the end, and this is so fresh. And I remember the first time I listened to it, I was so surprised. I found it so new, and even today it's still the case, you know. Just for the rhythm, like just the rhythm is making it so subtle and so soft. Dun, 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 dun. Ah. Ah, that's beautiful. Ah.
말씀드렸던 오늘 그 산에 볼 때마다 강제 중화시 녹화 사업을 영위합니다.
So I think this scene is important. I'm not quite sure what they hear in the radio, but it looks like she heard something, that maybe something was about to happen this night, and she kind of understood that maybe it was the last time she would see him, and that's why she's kissing him, and she's like giving him a goodbye kiss, you know. And well, first of all, I love the vibe of this music video and this scene. It's really reminding me of In the Mood for Love, the movie by Wong Kar-wai, the Hong Kongese movie, which is one of my favorite movies ever. The atmosphere is kind of close, and you know, you have this kind of cute romance between these two characters. This romance which is like piercing the screen, but in the same time it's never happening. It's an impossible romance, and this is what makes it so beautiful. And this is a really cute one because they are children, you know. She's sending him this message. This shot is beautiful. It's simply beautiful. She looks so happy, and same time you see that she has suffered. She has been beaten or something. It's like children can always find happiness their way in any situation, you know. 야간동화관제 훈련에 적극 참여합시다. So basically they say let's participate to the night light training, because you understand that there is a regular curfew, so the people can train for a possible airstrike from North Korea, because well, the background of this story, obviously it's happening during the 80s in South Korea, and South Korea during the 80s was under the dictatorship of Chun Do-hwan, and this guy was a general from the military, and a lot of people, especially young people, student syndicates, demonstrated and fought against the martial law. The martial law is basically when the military has all the power in the country, and it's like against the democracy. And you know, you have this Gwangju uprising which happened in 1980, where a lot of people have been killed for their rebellion. And obviously this music video is paying tribute to this event, and like a lot of young people have been kidnapped by the government at this time, and they were sent to a military base. They were tortured, and they were forced to serve the government. And with this, especially SEOTAIJI's cut, this version of the music video, you understand that this is what is happening to this girl and her family. She's been being kidnapped by the government, and this boy cannot help her. Let's meet when the lights go off. An important thing as well, you know, the title of the song is Sogyeokdong. This is Sogyeokdong, is the name of the place, the district of Sogyok, which is in Bukchon village, Bukchon Hanok village, in the center of Seoul. I had the chance to go there, and I'll put a picture that I took right now so you can see it. And as you can see, there is, like, you cannot miss the Namsan Tower in the back, you know, and there are some modern buildings that you don't see here, so I don't know how they did it. It looks very authentically retro, you know. It looks traditional, but in real, this village does look traditional, but not that much, because it's so touristic that it doesn't look that much authentic anymore, I think. But yeah, the important thing is that SEOTAIJI was actually spending his childhood in this area, close to this area, and this is also an area where this kind of kidnapping happened, I guess. So yeah, that's why he wanted to pay tribute to his childhood with this song and this music video, which are totally linked to this historical chapter. Yeah. They're coming to get her. And the fact that we understand that the boy is supposed to be him when he was a child, and IU's version is going to be the same for the girl. It's important as well, because they are like reminding the time when there were children. And I'm going to touch a few words about this right after, like in a sec. Alright, that's beautiful. I really wanted to emphasize on this music video and this song especially, even though IU's discography is huge. And like, when you get the message and all the background that is behind this music video, it's giving so much more depth to the song, you know. Musically, you know it, I find it remarkable. As for the background and the story behind, I think it's bringing a very interesting question about how do children live their childhood when they are living in such dictatorship or very dark time, you know. I know that children can find happiness and brightness anywhere, anytime. This is their power, their superpower, you know. But still, I wonder how they live this kind of moment, and I think this is what he wanted to emphasize with his music video as well. How do they grow up? What kind of adults do they become? This is also why it's important to see IU and SEOTAIJI being adults and like sitting in the snow at the very end when they remind all their childhood. I think more than ever, this topic is up to date because, like, you know, I have a nephew and I have very close friends' son who are between 7 and 9 years old, and I really wonder how do they live today's situation, you know, what we are living in today. The fact that nobody is talking to each other anymore, nobody can touch each other anymore, everybody is scared of each other, and everything becomes like on the internet, you know. We don't see each other for real anymore. Everything is becoming fake, and we are living in a very dark society, I think we can say, with all what is happening these days. And what about the children? Like, how do they grow up in this? And what will they become? That's a big question mark, you know. Of course, I wouldn't compare today's children from Western countries to this kind of context where children were actually raised in a military training. They were taught from a very young age how to hold a rifle, how to march and whatever, with this real curfew and like daily fear, you know. But still, it's just a question of point of view and relativity. I know that my childhood during the 90s in France was much easier and much better than today's childhood, the childhood of my nephew today. So yeah, it's really raising interesting questions, and that's so good to have such a deep envy, you know, where we can talk about it for hours. What about you? Tell me in the comments what you think about it, and what questions does it make you resonate with? Anyway, very great music, right? That was it for me today, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and to activate the bell so you don't miss any of my videos when I upload them. If you watch the whole video until here, what about you write in the comments a code word so you can let me know? Today's code word is gonna be tteokbokki. Now, if you want to have access to a much deeper and longer content, you need to become a VIP member on my website leodargery.com. When you become a VIP member, not only you gain access to the early feed of all my public MV reactions, and you get access to 2 exclusive reactions per month, but you get access to the retrospectives. Every month I upload 1 retrospective on an artist that I know and that I love, and I cover all his entire career. This month I cover the career of Baby Metal, the most brutal J-pop band ever. Their career is longer than 10 years now, so my video is around 2 hours and 10 minutes. Prepare something to eat and to drink. Note that technically you can watch the video for free because the first month of subscription for the VIP membership is free. So go watch the video, see if you like it or not, and decide after if you want to stay a VIP or not on my website. I'll see you on Friday for breaking news. Until then, as I always say, don't forget to make every day your birthday.